The ego is good. The ego is good. Embrace your ego. Embrace your ego. The ego is good. Today I'm going to start a series of videos about the ego and telling how the ego is actually a good thing. This has bothered me for many years, and it really started to reach a crescendo about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And maybe about 4 years ago. And then now it's really getting more and more deep inside of me. And I'm ready to start making a series of videos on this. The ego is good. There is this pervasive belief in our culture about the ego being bad. You hear it all the time from people. A lot of spiritualists. Oh, you've got to eliminate the ego. Oh, you can't be close to the divine unless you eliminate your ego. You can't make connections unless you eliminate your ego. You can't be authentic unless you eliminate your ego. They treat the ego as some sort of a disease, like a cancer. It's pervasive and it's everywhere. It really is. I mean, there are friends and acquaintances talking about it. There are videos talking about it. There are channels which I respect and their videos, and I listen to 12 of their videos, except for they have 2 that talk about eliminating the ego. This is so bad. It is bad for individuals and it is bad for society. Okay? I am here to tell you that we need to stop this belief in eliminating the ego. Okay? And it's going to require several videos on this. I'm going to cover a lot of ground. Okay? Getting you a short preview on this one, and then we'll go in depth on the other ones. Okay, so first of all, the ego is one of the best possessions you have. The ego is not only a good thing, it is your best friend. It is your only friend. It is your best asset. Never dilute your ego. Never sell your ego. Never diminish your ego. Never give away your ego. Instead, what you should do is embrace your ego. You need to fill your entire body with your ego. You need to have every bit of energy inside of you become your ego. The energies from the very inside parts of you, all over your inside body, bursting to your skin, be filled with your ego. That's how much you need to embrace your ego. It needs to be you. It needs to be your soul. It needs to be your body. It needs to be you. Okay? All right. As for ego being, authentic and all that business, look, if you want to be more authentic, you embrace your ego. If you want to be true to yourself, true to your soul, the best way to do that is to have a stronger ego, not a weaker ego. If you have a weak ego, what's going to happen? You're just going to get filled in with their beliefs and not yours. You're not going to know who you are anymore. So no, you need a strong ego to say, this is me, this is my life, this is what I want, these are my desires. Okay? Only with a strong ego will you be more authentic. Not with a weak ego, not diminishing your ego, because that's just going to make you less authentic. Okay? All right. Then we get the Buddhist business. Buddhism, let me tell you, Buddhism is wrong. Buddhism is a false religion. None of it works. I can tell you that right now. It's all wrong. One of the problems is the idea of the egoless person. And related to that is being one with the universe. Trust me, that's not how it works. I am more spiritually advanced than most humans on the planet right now. I have been to higher realms. I've talked to higher beings. Trust me, I know what's what in the spiritual world more than just about anybody. And I can tell you this, the higher beings do not eliminate their ego. The higher beings are not one with the universe. No, they are more evolved. They are more evolved by 10,000 years, 10 million years, however much more evolved they are than us. But they are more evolved, but they still retain their identity. They still retain their personalities. They retain their individualities. They retain their ego. Okay? Buddhism is totally wrong on this point. You are an individual person. You are an individual soul. Now, we can be connected to each other in various ways. Yes. We can be connected with energies in various ways. Yes. But that's not being just one invisible entity with the greater mass of the divine. No, that's not how it works. You are a single divine entity. You will spend lifetimes evolving, lifetimes growing. 10 million years from now, you're going to become a higher and higher and higher being. Okay? The beings that I work with are really evolved and they're really high, but they're individuals. They retain their personalities, they retain their egos, and so should you. Okay? So, the ego is the best thing we have. The ego is the best thing we have, and it should be a primary component of you. All right? Along with love, consciousness, sexuality. All these are important components of you. So don't eliminate your ego. Embrace your ego. Love your ego. Fill your body with ego. You are ego, and ego is you. If you want to be authentic, if you want to evolve spiritually, then you embrace your ego. You retain your ego, and you say no to anybody that asks for you to sell your ego. Say no. The ego, my ego, is not for sale. My ego will not be diminished. It's not for rent. It's not for sale. I'm not going to give it to anybody. It's mine. It's my greatest personal possession. It is my most valuable personal possession. Don't let anybody diminish it or take it away from you. And don't let anybody tell you that you're a bad person for holding on to your ego. The next time someone says, I have a big ego, just say, thank you. Take it as a compliment. Because it is. It is. Okay? Very much is. And remember, I am more spiritually advanced than most people on the planet right now. I have seen so much, been involved with so much, things that I cannot tell anybody. They're only in my journals. Things that you are not ready for. And I can tell you this, the ego is good. Embracing the ego will actually lift you spiritually. People say that embracing the ego will put you down spiritually. No. Embracing the ego is going to actually bring you out, bring you to your fullest potential spiritually. So, embrace the ego, love your ego, fill your body with ego. Never let anybody diminish your ego, never sell your ego. Okay? There'll be many more videos to follow.